सब लोगों को मेरा नमस्कार। मैं हूँ सैयदा अहमद 7वीं कक्षा में से। मैं आज कंचे के बारे में बताने वाली हूँ। कंचा कंचा एक कहानी है। इसके लेखक श्री टी पद्मनाभन जी ने बाल मनोविज्ञान का वर्णन किया है। अप्पू हाथ में बस्ता लटकाकर नीम के पेड़ों की घनी छाया से गुजर रहा था। वह सियार और कौवे की कहानी मन ही मन मजा ले रहा था। कहानी में चतुर सियार कौवे के मुंह से निकली रोटी के टुकड़े को लेकर भाग गया। अप्पू जोर से हंसा। चलते चलते एक दुकान पर पहुंचा जहां अलमारी में कांच के जार रखे थे। उसकी नज़र बिस्कुट या चॉकलेट के जार छोड़ उस जार पर पड़ी जिसमें कंचे रखे थे। यह कंचे सफ़ेद, गोल, बड़े आंवले जैसे दिख रहे थे। वह कंचे के जार को देख कल्पना में खो गया। उसकी कल्पना में वह जार इतना बड़ा हो गया कि वह भी उसमें समा गया। बाद में वह बहुत देर दुकान पर खड़ा था। वह कंचे लेना चाहता था, लेकिन स्कूल की घंटी सुनते ही वह दौड़ पड़ा। स्कूल में देरी से आने पर वह सबसे पीछे बैठा था। उसकी कक्षा के मित्र रामन, मलिका, अम्मू आगे बैठे थे। उसका एक मित्र जॉर्ज था। अप्पू कक्षा में ध्यान नहीं दे रहा था। कक्षा में मास्टर जी रेलगाड़ी का पाठ पढ़ा रहे थे। मास्टर जी बार बार अपनी बेंत को मेज पर मारकर रेलगाड़ी के बारे में पूछ रहे थे, किंतु अप्पू अभी भी अपने में ही खोया हुआ था। उसे तो केवल कंचों वाला लोहे का जार दिख रहा था। वह सोच रहा था कि जॉर्ज आने पर वह उसके साथ खेलेगा। इतने में ही उसके ऊपर एक चॉक का टुकड़ा आ पड़ा। वह खड़ा हो गया। मास्टर जी उसे डांटने लगे। मास्टर जी उसका चेहरा देखकर ही समझ गए थे कि उसका ध्यान कहीं और था। उन्होंने अप्पू से पढ़ाए गए पाठ के बारे में पूछा। अप्पू उनसे डरकर कांपते हुए जवाब दिया कि कंचा। यह सुनकर कक्षा में बैठे सब बच्चे सहम हो गए। मास्टर जी आग बबूला हो गए। अप्पू रोते हुए बेंच पर चढ़ गया। पड़ोसी कक्षा के टीचर भी दरवाजे से झांक कर देखने लगे। बच्चे अप्पू का मजाक उड़ा रहे थे। अप्पू अब भी कंचों के बारे में ही सोच रहा था कि वह जॉर्ज के आने पर उसके साथ खेलेगा। वह जॉर्ज के साथ दुकानदार के पास जाएगा। मास्टर जी घंटा समाप्त कर चले गए। अप्पू सोच रहा था कि वह कंचे कैसे लाएगा। मास्टर जी ने बच्चों को फीस भरने के लिए कहा। सब बच्चे फीस भरने के लिए क्लर्क के पास चले गए। अप्पू भी बेंच पर से उतरकर फीस भरने गया। बच्चे एक एक करके फीस भरने लगे। अधिकतर बच्चे फीस दे चुके थे। अप्पू अब भी कंचों के बारे में सोच रहा था। उसके मन में अभी भी लकीरों वाले काले, सफ़ेद, गोल कंचे घूम रहे थे। घंटी बजने पर बच्चे चले गए कक्षा में। शाम होने पर अप्पू इधर उधर घूम रहा था। अप्पू दुकान को गया। उसने अपने फीस के 1 रुपये 50 पैसे से कंचे खरीद लिए। दुकानदार पहले डर गया, फिर उसने सोचा कि बहुत बच्चों के पैसे मिलाकर ये बच्चा एक खरीदने आया होगा। उसने उसे कंचे दे दिए। कंचे खरीदकर अप्पू बहुत खुश हुआ और घर की ओर चल दिया। वह सोच रहा था कि शायद पूरा जार उसे मिल जाता। रास्ते में उसने कंचे की पोटली खोली और सारे कंचे बिखर गए। वह कंचे चुनने लगा। उसने किताब बाहर निकाल कंचे बस्ते में डाल दिए। यह देख रास्ते में आने वाला कार वाला भी खुश हो गया। अप्पू बस्ता पीठ पर लेकर और किताबें हाथ में लेकर घर आ गया। वह बरामदे में स्लेट कॉपी फेंक अपने माँ से गले लग गया। उसके बस्ते में इतने सारे कंचे देखकर हैरान हुई माँ। अप्पू ने बताया कि वह फीस के पैसे से कंचे खरीद लाया है। माँ ने कहा वह किससे खेलेगा अब। यह कहकर माँ रोने लगी, क्योंकि उसकी एक बहन थी मुन्नी, जो अब दुनिया में नहीं रही। अप्पू ने बस्ते से खुश होकर आंवले जैसे सुंदर सुंदर कंचे निकाल दिखाए। उससे माँ भी देखकर खुश हुई। धन्यवाद।
Nandini. I am from 7th Choral. Now I am going to explain about phrases. Phrases. Definition. A phrase is a group of words that express a concept and is used as a unit within a sentence. Types of phrases. Noun phrase, verb phrase, prepositional phrase, gerund phrase, infinitive phrase, oppositive phrase, participial phrase, absolute phrase. Let us take some examples of two types of phrases. Noun phrase. A noun phrase consists of a noun and its modifiers. Example, it was a story as old as time. Here, the noun phrase is a story as old as time. The second example, the sports car drove the long and winding road. Here, the noun phrase is the sports car and the long and winding. So, these are the examples of noun phrase. Let us see examples of verb phrase. A verb phrase consists of a verb and all its modifiers. Example, he was waiting for the rain to stop. Here, the verb phrase is was waiting for the rain to stop. So, the second example, my grandmother has carefully repaired the broken vase. Here, the verb phrase is has carefully repaired. Thank you.
Namaste, myself Amruta, studying in 7th class Sri Gayatri Techno School, Manikonda. So today I am going to present an interesting wordplay in English about anagrams and palindromes. What is an anagram? Anagram is a word or phrase formed by changing the order of the letters in another word or phrase. Let's take the word eat and rearrange to get new words like tea, ate. Now let's take the word deer and rearrange the word to get new words like read, dare, read, ear, era, are. Anagrams. Lamp. If we rearrange lamp, we get palm. Beard. If we rearrange beard, we get bread. Heart. If we rearrange heart, we get earth, our planet. Now let's see some anagram riddles. A short sleep during the day is called nap. Something to cook with is called pan. An animal that people ride is called horse. The place where land meets sea is called shore. A place to see art is called gallery. Something that makes you sneeze is called allergy. Uses of anagrams. Anagrams can be used for a fun wordplay and an intellectual challenge to rearrange letters to find new phrases and meanings within them. What is palindrome? A palindrome is a special type of word. It is a word that is spelled the same backward and forward. Use of palindrome. Word fun play improves our spellings and vocabulary. Now, for example, I. If we read from backwards, the spelling of I is E-Y-E. Similarly, noon, race car, kayak. Palindromic sentences. Sentences can also be written as palindromes. When you write a sentence as palindrome, you can rearrange punctuation and capital letters. Madam, I am Adam. I did I. Thus, we can say that anagrams and palindromes improves our vocabulary spellings. Thank you.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम अमृता, मैं 7वीं कक्षा में पढ़ रही हूँ, श्री गायत्री टेक्नो स्कूल मणिकोंडा। आज मैं गुसाडी द ट्राइबल फोक डांस के बारे में बता रही हूँ। अब गुसाडी के बारे में जेंगू हमको बताएगा। मेरा नाम जेंगू है। मैं आदिलाबाद के गोंड जनजाति का युवक हूँ। मैं गोंडी भाषा में बात करता हूँ। यह भाषा बहुत ही मीठी होती है। हमारी भी एक विशेष संस्कृति है। गुसाडी हमारी संस्कृति का प्रमुख नृत्य है। नाचते समय हमारी विशेष वेशभूषा होती है। हम विविध उत्सवों पर नृत्य करते हैं। जेंगुदाई हमारी देवी है। हम इनकी विशेष पूजा करते हैं। हमारा मानना है कि वे हमें संकटों से बचाती है। हम मोर के पंखों से बनी पगड़ी पहनते हैं। मुझे अपनी संस्कृति बहुत पसंद है। पुरुष ढोल बजाते हैं तो स्त्रियां गाना गाते हैं। हमारे गीत के प्रसिद्ध पंक्ति रेला 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 है। जैसे हम गीत गाते हैं वैसे ही नृत्य भी करते हैं। हम जंगल में रहते हैं। यहाँ से शहर बहुत दूर है। हम तक पहुँचने के लिए सड़कों व बसों की सुविधाएं बहुत कम हैं। अब सरकार सुविधाएं देने का प्रयास कर रही है। धन्यवाद।
Warm welcome to everyone. I am Deepta, studying in 7th class. I am from Sri Gayatri School. Today I am going to tell an inspirational story about Mary Kom. First, let me tell you why she is so inspiring to me. Although she is a woman, she has gone through many challenges and obstacles in her life, but still she never gave up on achieving her dream in boxing. Mary Kom was born in 1983 in a poor family in Manipur. She was the first daughter. Her parents worked in jump fields. Her family background speaks a lot about how she overcame hardships in her life. Being the eldest, Mary helped her parents work in jump fields and also has taken very good care of her siblings. She took to sports in an effort to provide some financial support to her family. She began boxing in 2000 and was a very quick learner to learn all the basics in just 2 weeks. Mary had tried to hide her interest from boxing from her family for a long time, but her father scolded her when a photo of her winning the state boxing championship came in the newspaper. This, however, didn't stop her from pursuing her dream in boxing. She became the first Indian female boxer to win a gold in the Asian Games in 2014 in Incheon, South Korea, and was the only first Indian female boxer in 2018 to win the Commonwealth Games. And she is also the only boxer to become Asian Amateur Boxing Championship for a record of 6 times. Rajya Sabha. On 25th April 2016, the President of India nominated her as a member of Rajya Sabha. Awards and recognitions. She has won many awards like Padma Shri Award, Arjuna Award, Gandhi Khel Ratna Award in 2007 and 2009, Sportswoman of the Award and Padma Bhushan Award. She has won many gold medals in many places and in many categories. Life after kids. She is married to K. Onder Kom and has twin sons. Her life after 2 kids was very difficult. She was away from boxing for almost 2 years, but her husband was very supportive and thereafter she came back to boxing. Now she has 3 kids. Movie. In 2014, there was a biographical sports movie called Mary Kom with the lead actress Priyanka Chopra. Thank you for watching. Done by Deepta.
Namaste. My name is Deepi Ketan. I'm studying in 7th standard of Sri Gayatri Techno School. Now I'm going to give English presentation on synonyms and antonyms. Synonyms and antonyms. Now let's see synonyms. Synonyms. Words that have the same meaning like kids, children, gift, present. Now let's see more examples. Synonyms. A word that has the same meaning. For example, bravery, courage, disgraceful, shameful, upset, disturbed, argued, disagree, tapped, knocked, damaged, spoil, listen, hear, neat, tidy, delicious, yummy, big, large. Now let's see antonym. Antonym. Word that has the opposite meaning like fast, slow, small, big. Now let's see more examples. Antonym. The word which is having opposite meaning. For example, dim, bright, ugly, magnificent, tasteless, delicious, above, behind, hostile, friendly, cloudy, sunny, notorious, famous, fast, slow, laugh, cry. Thank you. सबको मेरा शुभ नमस्कार। मेरा नाम दीपी कीर्तना है और मैं श्री गायत्री टेक्नो स्कूल में पढ़ती हूँ। आज मैं आप सबको चार मीनार के बारे में बताना चाहती हूँ। चार मीनार एक शहर किया आबाद जो कहलाता हैदराबाद, कूली के सपनों का नगर, सुंदर यहाँ की हर डगर। आसमान को छूते मीनारे, मिट्टी के मजबूत दीवारें। इसकी नक्काशी बेमिसाल, इसकी उम्र 400 साल।
जिसने चारमीनार बनाया, मानवता की पाठ पढ़ाया। इसके मीनार चार है भाई, हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख ईसाई। अब हम फिर से पढ़ेंगे। एक शहर की आबाद जो कहलाता हैदराबाद, कूली के सपनों का नगर, सुंदर यहाँ की हर डगर। आसमान को छूते मीनारे, मिट्टी के मजबूत दीवारें। इसकी नक्काशी बेमिसाल, इसकी उम्र 400 साल। जिसने चारमीनार बनाया, मानवता की पाठ पढ़ाया। इसके मीनार चार है भाई, हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख ईसाई। Thank you.
Namaste. This is G. Anusha going to say about degrees of comparison in adjectives. First, I will say the definition. Most adjectives are in different forms to show in degrees of comparison. There are positive degree, it is single. Comparative degree, it is double, like two items and people. In superlative degree, it is formed in three or more than three, like items or groups. First, I will say some examples to understanding more about degrees of comparison. Positive degree, sweet. Comparative degree, sweeter. Superlative degree, sweetest. Small, smaller and smallest. Thin, thinner and thinnest. Dark, darker and darkest. Tall, taller and tallest. Easy, more easy and most easy. Beautiful, more beautiful and most beautiful. Fat, fatter and fattest. Long, longer and longest. Large, larger and largest. This is degrees of comparison in adjectives. Thank you.
Hello, this is Jay Kirtana studying in 7th class from Sri Gayatri Techno School. So today I am going to present you about homonyms and homophones. Let's get started.
Homonyms. What are homonyms? Homonyms are words that sound like one another and have same spelling but different meanings. Distribution of word homonym. Homo plus nym, homonym. Introduction of homonyms. In linguistics, a homonym is one of the group of words that share the same spelling and the same pronunciation but have different meanings, usually as a result of two words having different origins. Let's look at some examples. Homonyms: bat, bat, quiver, quiver, spring, spring, palm, palm. Homophones. What are homophones? A homophone is a word that is pronounced the same as another word but differs in meaning and differs in spelling. Distribution of word homophone. Homo plus phone, homophone. Introduction of homophones. The term homophone may apply to units longer or shorter than words such as phrases, letters or group of letters that are pronounced the same as another phrase or group of letters. Homophones are often used to create puns and to deceive the reader, as in crossword puzzles, or to suggest multiple meanings. Let's look at some examples. Homophones: sea, sea, flower, floor, hair, hair, one, one. Thank you.
Good evening everyone, my name is Elshruti. I am from Sri Gayatri Techno School. Today I am telling about tenses. Tenses is a form of verb that indicates the time, state of an action and event. There are three types of tenses: present tense, past tense, future tense. In present tense, simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tenses. In past tense, simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tenses. In future tense, simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, future perfect continuous tenses. In present tense is used to describe things that are happening right now. Past tense is used to describe things that have already happened. Future tense is used to describe things that are not happened still. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Madhuvarshit and I am from 7th class. Today I am going to tell about Harry Ben Tree's poem. First stanza. Trees are the kindest things I know. They do not harm, they simply grow and spread a shade for sleepy cows and gather birds among their boughs. In this first stanza, we can see that trees are the kindest things I know. They do not harm, they simply grow and spread shade for sleepy cows and gather birds among their branches. Second stanza. They give us fruit, tin, leaves above, and wood to make our houses of, and leaves to burn on Halloween, and in spring, new birds of green. In second stanza, we can see that trees give us fruits and wood to make our houses, leaves to burn on Halloween, spring, new birds of green. Third stanza. They are the first when days begin to touch the beams of morning sun. They are the last to hold the light when evening changes into night. In this third stanza, we can see that trees are the first born before us to touch the beams of morning sun. They are the last to hold the light when evening changes into night. Fourth stanza. And when a moon floats on the sky, they hum a drowsy lullaby of sleepy children long ago. Trees are the kindest things I know. In this fourth stanza, we can see that when moon is on the sky, they hum a drowsy lullaby of sleepy children long ago. Trees are the kindest things I know. This poem was written by Harry Ben. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. My name is C.H. Ramcharan. I am studying in 7th standard. Now I am explaining about the magic of silk. Let us start the lesson, The Magic of Silk. This is a story that happened in China. A very long time ago in China, there lived an old woman in a hut in a forest. Her husband was killed by a tiger long back, and she was living with her daughter Xiumi. Xiumi used to cook at home, clean herself, and look after the silkworms. She used to sell the silk that the worms gave her in the market and earn her food and other things. One time while she is returning to home, the rain is falling. She went to home and hut and called out. She was out many times, but there was no response as there was nobody inside. She found the floor to be empty and dishes unwashed. She cleaned everything and made the hut clean like a new one. She said to herself, I should go home, my mother will be tensed. She said to herself. When she was about to leave the hut, a strange old man with a very long beard up to his waist stood in front of her. She seemed to the older that 100 years and smiled at you. Uncle, I went inside to take shelter from rain. Hope you don't mind. No problem, young girl. By the way, did you clean the floor for me? Yes, let me help you into the hut. Thank you, you are a kind girl. I want to give you a gift. He cut off a small portion of his bread, tied in a piece of dough and gave it to her. Don't give to anyone, open only after reaching home. Thus you told for the old man thank you. When she went home and opened the bundle, she found 15 silk thread in the entire China. They felt surprised and began to view with her thread. They made a fine silk product and the silk thread remained as it was. Very soon both the woman and her daughter became famous for their silk products. They lived happily and thereafter. Thank you for watching.
Good morning everyone. My name is Rija. I am studying in 7th standard. I am going to tell the story of Peacock and the Crow. Once there lived a peacock in a forest. He was very proud of his fine feathers. One day he met a crow and he said, How dull your feathers are, and black too. Look at my feathers, they are so beautiful. The crow said nothing. Then the peacock spread out his feathers and began to dance. Just then a hunter came in that way. On seeing him, the crow flew away, but the peacock could not fly. And the hunter came and caught him away. See, the peacock is very beautiful than the crow, but the crow escaped easily from the hunter, but peacock could not. The moral of the story is, we should never feel proud of ourselves. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Good morning, parents, teachers, and my friends. Today my topic is sentence song. My name is Lasya. I am studying 7th class. Start with a capital, write your thought. End with a period, it's a dot. Edit your sentence, how does it sound? Do you have an action and a noun? When all your ideas are in place, read your story or word spacer. Check your punctuation, check your letters, check your spelling, you are correct. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Toshni, studying in 7th class. Today I am going to tell you about positive, comparative and superlative degree. Positive degree. Positive degree is a term that relates to an adverb or adjective. Comparative degree. Comparative degree is a form of an adverb or adjective ending with er is used when comparing two things. Superlative degree. Superlative degree compares more than two things to show which has the least or greatest degree of quality. Now I will show you few examples. Small, smaller, smallest. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Far, farther, farthest. Dark, darker, darkest. Thank you.